My name is Kenny Hauk. I'm the owner of Hauk Designs. We're here today with the legendary Jim Colt. He's been around in the Hypertherm world since the beginning of plasma cutters, and now he's working with MaverickCNC, which is just a perfect segue to blend all of your knowledge about Hypertherm into these amazing CNC tables that we use here at the shop.
Well, thanks, Kenny. We'll get you back for that sometime, but definitely I did work for Hypertherm for a lot of years. I like to say I was 11 when I started, but for some reason people don't believe me. So
that's awesome, man. You have all kinds of knowledge, and we're super happy to have you here to kind of help us get the most out of our MaverickCNC table.
Good. Well, we had fun. We did a few things today already, and we've got a few things to discuss right now on this segment. And I guess one of the first things I wanted to hand you is a part. A typical car part. Is that, you recognize that? It might be something you'd use on one of your builds at one point or another?
Absolutely. This could be a track bar bracket or something we'd use on an axle if we're doing a custom axle install or suspension or custom frame. So yeah, this looks very familiar.
Yeah, so how would you, before you got your MaverickCNC machine, and maybe before you got your press brakes, how would you make a part like that, or how would your guys on the shop make that part?
Well, we would take a flat piece of steel, and we would hand draw out that into 3 separate pieces, the shape we wanted, and it probably wouldn't look as nice as this. We probably wouldn't do some of these fancy pieces because of the amount of time it would take.
Just leave that piece in there. And
we would just be solid, which would be less than ideal, but we would do it just for the sake of time. And then we would have to get a drill press out and drill these holes. And then just hand cut everything with cut-off wheels and grinders, and then since we didn't have a press brake, we would lay those pieces together and weld them, grind them. It'd be a couple-hour job to build a bracket like this, a set of them for the project.
Probably if you had a couple hundred of them, you'd farm them out somewhere and get it done. But,
right. If we could get a local laser house to do it for us, that'd be great. Yeah. But the turnaround time would probably be 4 to 6 weeks. So we really can't wait that long usually.
So that's one of the things I'd like to point out to potential, people that are looking at these CNC machines, the Maverick specifically. So if you're going to cut this out on a CNC machine, here's the same part. It's kind of like Kenny envisioned laying it out and drawing the lines for each individual part, 1, 2, 3 parts, drilling the holes. But with the plasma, you can cut part way through it, called a stitch cut, and then you actually take the part and you can bend it. You can see putting a little.
Look at that strength.
A little bit of effort into it. I should have done this out of thermal, but you can see the point right here that you can use what I call the poor man's press brake.
That's right. Look at that.
There we go. There's your part.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
To draw that, less than 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
And so, so you didn't waste that hour worth of time, and now you can weld up those corners the same way you would with those 3 pieces, but it's all jigged together, so you don't have to do any custom fixturing or anything.
Exactly. And we do that on a daily basis now that we have that, and now everything's going to line up perfectly when you do that. You can get all those fancy cuts. You can put your logo in the side. All kinds of neat pieces you can design with that, and that's just a fantastic way of doing it. And it just, the time savings, flanges that we're going to need that typically you'd have to order. We don't have to order them now. We can just cut them immediately and go from concept to reality within minutes.
Yeah, so boxes, like if you've got to build an enclosure around a fuel cell or something like that, and now you don't have to make it out of 6 different pieces. You can make it out of a couple pieces that they're kind of this kind of construction. So that just opens up, once you start thinking about that, when you get a CNC plasma cutter, it opens up doors that you just didn't think were there. So.
Absolutely. I mean, the quality of our builds, just went through the roof as soon as we had the table.
Right.
Because now, like you said, there was nothing that was out of reach. Anything that we could dream up, we could cut it and put it together. We were just talking about the rock rat that we built, that crazy bridge ironwork roll cage that we designed. And
I love the designs.
It's just wild and crazy. No matter what we could dream up, we could make it in minutes. It was phenomenal. It was a game changer for us.
Great, awesome. Hey Kenny, thanks for letting me drive the Maverick today. That was a dream. I saw it for the first time at the SEMA show last year, and it was a lot of fun cruising down this back road. Good thing the cops weren't out patrolling.
They couldn't catch us anyway, so that's good. But yeah, thank you for coming and visiting our shop, and kind of dialing our table for us and going over things. Yeah, it's been absolutely awesome having you here.
A great time, and if I don't see you before, we'll see you at the SEMA show this year. Huh?
Absolutely, we got some big stuff in store.
All right.